We are going to close with our breathing exercise for today. And this is what I am giving you as the first worthiness drill that, I like that phrasing. If you don't like that phrasing, feel free to rebrand it however you like. Um, but the idea is that 4 times a day, your alarm will go off and it'll be time to breathe on purpose in the way that I'm going to walk us through right now. And super simple. You don't need any tech, any guidance really. Once we do it a couple times, you'll have the hang of it. It's very easy. But the idea, and you're going to love this, talk about free. The idea is not to make sure and stop and do it every single time. Okay. Like when your alarm goes off 4 times a day and you're like, oh, I don't want to. Notice it. How interesting. How interesting that I feel like I don't have time to take these next 1 to 2 minutes and just breathe with myself. How interesting. Okay, maybe next time. That's it. Right. And if you do judge yourself like, it's the third time in a row and I haven't even done it, how interesting. How interesting that you're using this as an excuse to kind of punch yourself in the face a little bit. How interesting. Right? So it's an exercise in non-judgmental self-observation more than it's an exercise in stopping and actually taking the breathing break. But the breathing break is delicious. And so you think about like forming a new habit, like if you've not exercised in a long time and like now you're going to exercise and like get yourself to go to the gym and you think like I'm really going to have to buckle down and I'm going to have to use my discipline. This is not like that. Like think about you just had the most delicious meal of your entire life. How much discipline do you need to eat that food again? None. None. The best evolution is done through pleasure and enjoyment. Okay. So over these next couple minutes, as we do this breathing break, just enjoy it. Enjoy the feeling in your body. Enjoy the stillness that it creates in your mind. Enjoy being with the beat of your heart and whatever other sensation you can notice. Just enjoy it. And after we finish, I'll give you a couple more details about setting yourself up with the actual breathing breaks, also called blessing breaks, which I kind of like too. So easy peasy, we're going to take a couple deep breaths to drop in, and then I'm going to guide us through a minute or so of a 4-7-8 pattern. Okay, so we're going to inhale for 4, we're going to hold for 7, and then we're going to exhale for 8. Do that a few times, and that'll be a minute. Okay, so take a nice deep breath, just however feels good to you to start with. Eyes closed if you feel safe. Otherwise, just look down at the floor. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Do that one more time with an audible sigh on the exhale because it's yummy. Okay, so we'll start with our inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just breathe normally and notice how your body feels, right? Non-judgmental self-observation, how your body feels, how your legs feel, if there's any tingling anywhere that you can notice, if there's any constriction or tightness anywhere that you can notice. And just in general, how do you feel? Okay, so that was a minute of breathing, of a breathing break. And if you're like, I don't feel that different, that's okay. Just notice it, right? We're not judging. We're just being with what is. And as you go, okay, I've been doing these breathing breaks for like 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks. It'll be 3 weeks on Sunday. And I have noticed a few things that I'm going to share, and then we'll sign off for this first session. The first thing is that by no means have I done 100% of them. Okay. Like I skip them sometimes. And it's interesting, the list of reasons why. Okay. And just to even be with your reasons for feeling like I don't have 60 seconds for me right now. Fascinating. Okay. The second thing is that, like I shared at the beginning, of like, it really takes discipline and like you got to push through and hunker down. And if it's yummy, you'll do it. And already in 3 weeks, I noticed that, you know, I have historically been like a really antsy meditator. Like my mind doesn't quiet down very easily. I get bored. I'm like, I want to do something. I need some stimulation. Um, and at first, like a solid week's worth, I would do it and notice when I would kind of open my eyes and come back. It's been like a minute. Like I did it for a minute. I'm like, cool, I did it. I stopped and I did the thing and I do feel better. I do feel more centered. Great. Second week, it was like 2 or 3 minutes of like, it felt so good to just be there in the stillness. And like, I don't, I don't want to come back. Yeah, I was doing something. I was writing an email. I was watching a thing. I was whatever. And like, it's been 3 minutes. Wow. Yesterday, I did one that was 6 minutes long. So that's almost 3 weeks later, but like 6 minutes of sitting there, 478, 478, 478, 478, because it was yummy. It was pleasurable to just be. So there's a whole lot that, like, these breathing breaks, they sound so simple, but as far as non-judgmental self-observation, as far as being with your level of worthiness multiple times a day and just checking in. How are you feeling? How you doing? How far from center were you? Bring it on back. How interesting, you know? So I'll recommend that you set 4 timers on your phone, and I have these through my alarms, and pick whatever times you want, like as you go throughout the day. Like I have like a 9, an 11, a 2:30, and a 6. Doesn't matter. Okay, just pick 4 times. And then I don't know about your phone, but on my phone, I could title the alarms. I could like add a label or something, was what it was called. And I named each of them something different. So when the alarm went off, I also saw this little affirmation, right? And you can, again, name it whatever you want. But I named mine things like, let it be easy, new paradigms incoming, higher self shining through. Okay. And these made it that much like just one more little hook of like remembering just how yummy it is to be with myself. And I have another one that's called spaciousness is key. So, whatever you like, whatever feels good to title your alarms, if your phone even lets you do that. Um, and then just notice, you know, how often do you really like pause what you're doing and be with yourself or not, and why? You know, either way, doesn't matter. The goal is not 100% of your breathing breaks get done. Okay. And if you're driving or you're talking on the phone or whatever, like the other day I was recording messages to Laura and I swear every time I started a message, one of my breathing breaks went off. And I'm like, what is the deal today? But I was actually really impressed with myself because it was so delicious that when I stopped recording the message, then I did the breathing break. Even though the alarm went off 5 minutes ago, that's okay. I can just do it now. One more thing I noticed is that sometimes I don't even want to wait until the next alarm goes off. I want to do it now. Like I'm feeling some kind of way that is not the yumminess that I know is possible for me when I will stop and drop in. So there are a lot of opportunities with such a simple exercise. So I am prescribing, and you are your own guide, but I am prescribing 4 times a day, every day, until it becomes a habit, until you crave it when you're not there. And then maybe you don't need the alarms to go off every day, but they say it takes 21 days to form a habit, and we're together for 30. So at a minimum, 30 days of those alarms going off, and let's see where we are. So that is the end of day 1 of the worthiness habit. I am also going to be sending you daily meditation slash journaling questions. So, like 1 question each morning, again, totally optional as far as like just notice. I don't want to do that today. Okay, that's okay. Or, ooh, what a yummy question. And I just journaled about it for an hour. All of the above, totally good, totally acceptable. But just as a way of, nothing changes if nothing changes. And to work with our body is really a daily moment to moment experience. And so once a week being together is great as an anchor point, but to drop in every day and be with yourself every day to really bring this knowing into your cells. That's what we're aiming for. So, as much as I can support that, I'm going to be sending a morning email. Um, Delete it, read it, whatever you do, all good with me. There might be songs on there. There might be Abraham videos that I like that day. It'll just be different every day. So a little treasure chest for you. Um, Otherwise, we will be back next Friday for the second day of the worthiness habit. Thank you so much for being here. We will stay on now for the VIP after party. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.